Good morning, guys. I am getting a later start than I would like today. It's not late, it's just later. I have a couple things I need to do. First is a check on my little sheepies that are in the barn. So last night at about 11:30, just as I was about to head for bed, I kept hearing the dogs barking. And the dogs were barking and barking and barking. And then I could hear sheep. Not just a couple sheep. Not just like the spoiled sound of sheep that thought they didn't get fed enough. But this was a massive amount of sheep. So I told my husband, who was already in bed, because he has to get up at 6 in the morning, that I was gonna run and check because I thought we had sheep out. I actually figured one of these in the barn had like gotten out. No. Everybody had gotten out. The whole flock. I didn't want to put them back in that pen because if they got out once, they would get out again. And I did not, in the dark, I couldn't see where they had gotten out at. Hi, you want pets? So we just decided we put them here in the barn, and then that way I would send them out this morning, and then he told me don't send them out until I hear from him. So they're gonna just hang here for a bit. I am going to walk that fence and see if I can figure out where they got out last night. Do have several that are over on this side still. And then there's a few across the creek into the old hayfield. And my husband told me that the swather's supposed to be here tomorrow, so yay! Maybe we'll get second cutting finished before October. Okay, I see a couple sheep. Now where the heck did they went down the creek, didn't they? Dang it, how did they get over there? This is all closed. I can hear them over there. How the devil did they get over here? How? Somebody explain this to me. Son of a biscuit. Okay, I do think there were only like 3 or 4 that I could see. Is there somewhere over here? Because I see more sheep wandering. Like they all know there's way through here somehow. Yeah, I blocked your hole. That was the whole plan. So how did those other 4 get out? Come here, girls. Come on, girls. I was not calling you girls. I can hear them down there. Okay, I'm just gonna have to push all these guys in and Yep, because they're trying to push this and then figure out those others when I have more than just me. Girls, come on. No, really, come here. Come on, you three. Let me open this gate and you guys come this way. Please, 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 please. Well, that didn't work. Couldn't even get started toward them and they took off running the other direction. So now before these guys decide to punch another hole through, off. I am going to just round them up and get them toward the barn, and then we'll deal with those three that are in the creek. I don't know if you can see, but going across the pond, 2 white ones and a black one, they just came out of the creek. So I need to probably throw some more T-posts on that fence because the only way they could get to where they are is jumping that fence. So I know what tomorrow's project is. I am heading out back to pull posts and pound posts on that fence line that they're jumping. And hopefully by then, I will know whether I'm letting these guys out or if we're just gonna feed them and then figure out the rest of my day. There's the good sheep, the ones that actually stayed in. Yeah, that is all that did not get out last night. So I need to figure out where they got out. Well, that is pretty obvious. But, oh, I wonder if they went under. Oh yeah, right there. So they just all went right under that. Okay, well, that explains that. They are definitely pushing these panels, but other than the one that had no twine on it that they opened, they haven't, nothing else has opened. So I think we'll be safe to put them back in here tonight. I went ahead and there's a chain on the one and I went and twined up the other one. So I think we'll be okay. I hope. I'm sure my neighbors didn't appreciate being woken up at midnight to us yelling and whistling at the sheep to get them out of the haystack and into the barn. But welcome to country living. So we did get all the barley unloaded last night, and there's a little bit on the side that got wet that he is gonna have to scrape off. Oh, that's what I was gonna do this morning. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'm gonna take some of that feed or some of that grain, barley, and feed it to the chickens and maybe get a bucket for these lambs. I don't want to overdo them by any means, but I also don't want it just sitting out in the open and making a mess. So I will get to it, but I got to get some of these posts pulled. Still having a hard time breathing today, so we'll see how far I can get with things. Man, it just feels like I got something sitting on my chest. I can't take a deep breath. I get winded just walking. Anyway, old people problems. Let's go pull some fence posts, and I think if I do at least 10, that should hold that stretch that they're trying to get, that they're jumping over. had to take a little bit of a break and find some shade. I've drove those 7 posts on the section that was down that the sheep were jumping over, and it's actually taken me longer to clip the fence to it, to stand it back up so that they can't knock it down again, than it did to pull the posts, bring them over here, and drive them down again. But the sun has, I don't know what it is about September heat, but it is a whole different kind of heat than the rest of the year. It's like 82, 83 out, and I feel like it's 95. It is just hot. I don't think I sweat this much when it is 95 in the middle of July, because I don't usually sweat, but I'm glistening. It's hot, and I don't know why September is always so weird, but maybe it's just because all the flies are out and it just feels hotter. I don't know. Anyway, I've got those 7 done. I'm going to pull, there's a post here that I need to pull and move it over to where it actually needs to be. It was just here to hold. And then I've got about, I think I pulled 20 posts total. And I think I would like to keep, even if all I do is set them and then tomorrow wire them to the fence, at least they'll be out here and ready for me, because I really kind of like to have this fence line done. Do you know how nice it would be to say one fence line is completely done? All right, it won't be completely done because we still have on the other end all the panels that I put up, all the ranch panels where we ran out of the woven wire. So those will need to come down, and I will need to put out roll out some more wire and stretch it, but that takes 2 people, and we'll have to wait for him when he has time. But at least this part of the fence will be done, and that in itself is a win in my world. Definitely not dumb. They have immediately gone right to the gate, or right to the panel that they had opened to be able to get out, that I fixed this morning. So we're gonna go ahead and just feed them tonight, and then probably send them out tomorrow. We're pretty sure the only way we're going to get the hay off of that north field is to fluffer or a tedder. It turns it some way somehow. So we're going to take that out. My poor tractor's been cranky. It's like air locking. We're going to take that out, fluff the hay, in hopes that we can bale it and burn it, and then hope we can get our 3rd cutting without any issues off of it.